Hi there, folks. This is Ryan here. Making another video for you guys. And this one's pretty special to me, anyway, because today we're talking a little bit about Star Fox. This is in response to two things that have happened this year. For one thing, Super Mario Galaxy just came out, and they have have Fox McCloud from Star Fox in there, played by Glenn Powell, and also sadly Jock Blaney, who played Wolf and Bill in Star Fox 64, is sadly no longer with us. So, with that in mind, I've made a little list of actors who I feel would be perfect for us for a Star Fox movie should it ever get made. And I know Glenn Powell's already cast as Fox McCloud, but I kind of made this before that whole thing. So anyway, and keep in mind these are mostly voice actors and stuff that with a few celebrities sprinkled here and there, because I believe that voice actors deserve a lot more notoriety in the in some of the big movies and stuff like that, in animated movies anyway. But enough gap here. Let's start. Peter Dinklage as the narrator. The narrator who opens Star Fox with Corneria, fourth planet of the Lilat system. I just had a feeling, he'd be great for that sort of thing. Tom Kenny as Rob. That's their little robot guy who commands the Great Fox, and he's great because he's always because even if his voice isn't digitized, it'd still be great. Thinking Jim Cummings as General Pepper, because he's General Pepper's an old guy, an old dog, so it'd be great to have a voice actor who's aged but has can play an authoritarian figure, and Jim Cummings can do that pretty well. So Josh Keaton as Fox McCloud, because here's the thing about Fox is that he's not just a leader, he's also kind of young. He's trying to fill his father's shoes, at least by Star Fox 64 and stuff like that. And and he has a bit of a cocky streak. Not cocky. He has a bit of a like a let's do this attitude. And Josh Keaton very much has all of those. Frank Welker slash Bill Farmer as Peppy Hare. So I should have mentioned this. Some of these actors have a bit of slashes next to them in case they can't be what is that? Received or whatever. Frank Welker, Bill Farmer's Peppy Hare, and both of these guys, they do great jobs at playing old mentors, and that most people know Bill Farmer as the voice of Goofy, or even Frank Welker as the Scooby Doo guy, but they both can do a lot more than that, and for Frank Welker. He does a lot of stuff. He was freaking Megatron as well. So kind of just to give you an idea, and also he was and Bill Farmer. Not only was he Goofy, he was also Hop Hop and Amphibia, and I also loved him in the Yakuza games. I thought he was great in those. So like I said, that they both have a bit of range. So Richard Horvitz as Sleepy Toad, and I'm doing this mostly out of voice stuff, because Richard Stephen Horvitz, he can if there's one thing, he's known for playing eccentric characters, but he also has a very distinct voice, which Slippy in the games does, and I don't think they're gonna necessarily adapt Slippy as the damsel in distress type, or dumbass in distress, I guess. Because I mean, in the games, he always gets like, I mean, aside from being like the guy who, the whiz kid who invented the G diffuser, he's kind of he doesn't really do much in a fight. Or I mean, he also analyzes shields, but my point still stands. Nolan North is Falco Lombardi, and Falco's like so since he's like really the rogue type, and Nolan North is someone who can, I feel, is a voice actor that does that really well. Sarah Michelle Gellar slash Nika Futterman as Kat Monroe. And I figured, Kat Monroe is a very like mysterious character in the original games. Like, I mean, like that they and Falco have a history, but like what kind of history? Like, I mean, she just comes in like a few times and like just kind of for a thing, just kind of moves. And I feel like they someone like who Sarah Michelle Gellar, like aside from being Buffy, like is also voiced like she was the second sister in Star Wars Rebels, so she could like play a mystery character, and um and also not evil, so that'd be great. And Nika Futterman as can do that as well. I mean, she was on the Unmasked Silhouette and Destroy All Humans, and also Asajj Ventress, but oh, and Catwoman, from Batman the Brave and the Bold. Sam Riegel slash Keanu Reeves as Bill Gray. Now, I'm doing this mostly because Bill Gray actually has a bit of a character where he's like old friends with Fox, and one thing I've noticed in at least 60 in the Star Fox 64 game is that Bill has a very his voice, I don't know, to me sounds very surferish, even though like he's a lead, he's like a great pilot and leader in the games, but one who could probably pull up, but a few who I think could pull off that kind of voice and do that is, and also be like this great flyer, would be like someone like Keanu Reeves, who could like who has done that voice several times before, and also like can play a tough character. And Sam Riegel, I think, and like, cause he, I mean, he's, I mean, the guy can like his voice is very distinct, and I think it also kind of matches. Even if he doesn't go with the surfer thing, it's still kind of still like similar to Bill Gray's, and like with, I mean, he could, and plus, I mean, he has range. He does everything from Donatello to Scanlan. So, Steve Bloom slash Richard Armitage as Wolf O'Donnell, and both of these guys, like Richard Armitage, for example, he's like a very, like the thing about Wolf is he's like basically Fox's mirror character. So like and the thing about the Star Wolf team is that they're very, like, they're kind of like the opposite, that they're the mirror version of the Star Fox team. So, like, where Star Fox isn't necessarily motivated by money to, as any other mercs would, they are, Star Wolf is. But their leader is a very complex character, as revealed in later games, who has a bit of respect for Fox. And, Steve Bloom can play, great villains, and play great villains, with that voice of his, with that gravelly deep voice of his, and also Richard Armitage, can play great villains. I mean, Richard Armitage, not only is he probably best known as Thorin in the Hobbit movies, he's also Richard Belmont Trevor Belmont from Castlevania, and also in and he's also the Tooth Fairy, Francis Dollarhide in Hannibal. So, and Steve Bloom, I mean, the guy is like, I mean, he's freaking Wolverine, so I mean, plus he has played like characters with a bit of a dark streak to them. Like, I mean, Spike Spiegel has a few dark streaks in him, so from his past. Liam O'Brien slash Robin Atkin Downs as Leon, the other member of the team, of the Star Wolf team. I feel like both, like Liam O'Brien, like I'm going purely off of like his voice in Star Fox 64, which is very posh British. And I feel Liam O'Brien and Robin Atkin Downs, pull that off well. Robin Atkin Downs, of course, being a natural, British guy. I mean, and playing quite a few British characters, or accented characters. I mean, with Shinnok, and Liam O'Brien can do that, great. I mean, like I've seen him in Vox Machina. He's his voice is like, yeah, Vex is, or Vex, or Vex. I mean, Jim Carrey, Alan Tudyk as Pigma Dengar, and Pigma is a very like he's a character who's probably the most greedy out of all the Star Wolf team. Like, I mean, this guy like betrayed Star Fox and the original Star Fox team, and kind of is what got like like James, he like more or less killed James's father and whatever, or Fox's father and whatever. And I feel like Jim Carrey and or Alan Tudyk could play those characters well. I mean, they've like, I'm pretty sure they've done like Weasley characters in the past. Jim Carrey is live action Robotnik. Well, if you don't count Sonic 3, where he played the two, and one's more evil than the other, at least more of a threat. And Alan Tudyk has, of course, played villainous and even Weasel characters. I mean, he played, Duke Weaselton in, Zootopia, and also, like, I mean, he's played King Candy and Wreck-It Ralph, so, very evil. Blake Roman from Hazbin Hotel as Andrew Oikony. That's the nephew of the main villain Andross, and I just heard like every time I hear like Angel, I feel like like Andrew has a bit of like Oikony has a bit of a thing like Uncle Andross, or Andross's enemy is my enemy. I don't know what it is, but somehow I hear like Blake Roman doing his "Hey there, loser" Angel Dust voice, so that kind of thing. And last two roles, okay, we have Kevin Michael Richardson slash Keith David as Andross, and both are very like Kevin Michael Richardson. Like I've heard his villain stuff, especially like I've heard him as the Shredder. Like he was like that, that's an intimidating character. And Keith David can obviously do like intimidation like well, everything from Spawn to Goliath and so on and so forth. And the thing about Andross is, he's a very like, I mean, he's not only a mad genius, but he's also like in charge of a whole empire. I mean, there's a reason he says stuff like, "Only I have the brains to rule Lilat," and I mean and someone like Kevin Michael Richardson and Keith David can do that, or Keith David can do that just fine. And finally, for James McLeod, we have J.K. Simmons, who can play like father characters. I think in this case though, like Omni-Man from Invincible, he's playing like a character that's actually good. And only met like a tragic end. And also interesting, you may be surprised to hear this, John Delancey. That's right, Q from Star Trek The Next Generation as James. And the reason I say that is because, well, for starters, John Delancey has done many like voices, like before, voice acting before. And aside from Q, he has a wide range of stuff. Like I heard him in the, like I remember him in the Assassin's Creed games, specifically. I believe it was Revelations and Revelations and 3. and where he played the father of Desmond Miles, and he can, and so like so his role as Fox's father James would be, I think, very great. So anyway, folks, that is my dream cast of what would happen if happen in the future should a Star Fox movie be made. Now, I don't think that this like will necessarily. Now, I don't think that these like roles will happen, sadly. But you know, it's just like I just wanted to share like my research, share like what, you know, my passion for it, and how like what I thought would work as a cast. And I hope you like them. I look forward to hearing what you have to say, and leave a comment, subscribe, like, share this video, and I hope to see, and I hope sometime soon, maybe next month, I'll come back with a different video. So, see ya.